I wanted to impart to these students the importance of them becoming involved as individuals, that all of this, in some cases, drastic change that has happened over time is really because of individuals coming forward and having the courage to try to change systems for the better, to try to change policy, to take risks. And that's what I'm looking to these students. They're our future leaders, and I want them to not just listen as if they don't have a part in that story. I want them to listen because one of these days, one of them might be responsible, or more than one of them, for carrying forward the efforts that we're doing right now and building upon them.
That has given me a new insight in how I look at things like with policy and within my own tribal government, and how well it works and how different pueblos and different nations can come together and work together on a federal level, state level, and tribal level.
What we want to do is to provide them a historical context to understand the ways in which federal policies affect our remaining homelands, our languages, our governance systems, our jurisprudence systems, our families, communities, and our tribal nations. We want to be able to provide for a reinforcement and appreciation of their core values, from which we want and have a desire for them to be able to respond as young emerging leaders, striking ultimately a balance between those cultural values gained through a cultural education and understanding and appreciating that it's now necessary in this contemporary world to also develop the skills necessary that can only be acquired through a formal education.
We are the next generation to step up and to take these issues and resolve them into something better and greater.
The state of New Mexico now makes an investment in several issues that affect tribes and Native Americans, and so through the state legislature there's been an annual appropriation that supports this policy academy, and that appropriation comes to the Indian Affairs Department. We administer it and we oversee the use of the funds. So it's something that we're very proud of. We're very excited by the work that, and it's not just the Policy Academy, there's also something called the Leadership Institute, which is based at the Santa Fe Indian School. There's just a tremendous amount of things that they're doing that are very exciting. So we're always supportive of the impact that this project has.
I think that one of the outcomes of the Leadership Institute's program with this Summer Policy Academy is not only exposing these students who are from various indigenous communities across New Mexico to the issues that exist in terms of education or healthcare or community-based research, indigenous governance, economic development. But it's also really important to have programming like this because there is a developmental outcome in terms of intellectual development and self-esteem development, because they come away from the program understanding that they have an opinion, they have something valuable to contribute, they have something meaningful to say on behalf of their communities, but as a specific subset of that community. They also come away with the practice of being able to write or learn how to write policy and articulate certain types of arguments on behalf of their people that will hopefully be heard one day by legislators.
I wanted to be able to come to this institute and be a part of the program so I could help change, be part of the change that's occurring. These days we're having more of a say in what the federal policies are doing to our people. And so I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to extend it more.
I'm very proud of what the Woodrow Wilson School is doing, and I think it's absolutely important that all educational institutions, but particularly educational institutions with the kind of mission and the kind of resources and prominence as Princeton and as the Woodrow Wilson School, sponsor these types of institutes, because this opens up the potential, the possibility for each one of these students and those who go through these kinds of programs, whether it's to attend a university like Princeton or to know that these kinds of resources exist and are there to help them to meet their own individual potential. It's an experience they'll take away with them, along with the knowledge they gain is that connection to this place, and it becomes a possibility then in their life that they may go to a university like Princeton or to another school far from their communities as part of their own process to become who they are and to build up the skills and knowledge they need to make their own contribution to their communities and to their country.